everyone, welcome back. It's Christina. Today's video is a little bit different because I'm going to be talking all about how I invest in my appearance as a personal brand and as the founder of a very well-known online store. It's no secret that people pay attention to our appearance online, whether that's good or bad is not what I'm discussing here, but a lot of you guys have asked me how I maintain my appearance, how I manage to show up and be polished on lives or get ready for YouTube videos like this one, because we live in a visual world, and if you're not showing up on video somewhere, whether that's live video or YouTube or Instagram stories or whatever that looks like for you, then you are really missing out on sales and connection with your potential customers. In this post-P world, I'm not gonna say the word because I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, but in this post-P world, we have to make sure that we are connecting with people even though we can't necessarily see everybody in person. And now more than ever, your appearance is going to make a difference because people might be seeing your video or your story for the first time. So we always want to make sure that we're showing up either authentically or with a little bit of a filter or makeup on. Not because we want to play into some like ethnocentric view of what we should look like. I'm not going to get into that and debate the merits of it. I'm just going to tell you that statistically speaking, my videos where I am dressed up like this in Valentino or have makeup on, my hair is done, those always perform better for me. If you are different and you don't feel like you need to conform to that, that's great. It's excellent that you know yourself that well. However, I know myself and I know my audience, and it means that I'm going to be showing up with some makeup on, with my hair done most days, and if not, then a heavy filter. No shame in that game. Every time I put a filter on and I feel a little bit weird about it, I like to remind myself that people love Disney, and that is fake as anything. Like nothing at Disney is real. It's all made up and people love it. So I can be fake and people can love me too. Just don't be fake where it matters. Like don't lie to your customers or something. That'd be gross. But you can be fake as far as your appearance goes. And speaking of that, I'm going to dive into some of the things that I've done to enhance my appearance to make sure that I am able to show up on camera at the drop of a hat. So for example, this video, my team emailed me yesterday. They said, we have to have this video by tomorrow. So sure enough, did some hair, did some makeup on myself, threw on a dress, and here I am. So the first thing that I always do every single month is get my eyelash extensions done. And just recently, I also got microblading so that my eyebrows and my eyelashes are always ready. This makes sure that I am always camera perfect because I can put a filter on that puts a little bit of blush, a little bit of eyeliner, and my lashes and my brows are already done. The other thing I've done that people have tons of questions about is I get Botox about every 3 to 4 months. I am 33 right now, and a lot of people tell me I still look like I'm in my late 20s, which is pretty cool. And I'll take it. The other thing I do is I also get some facial filler in my chin. I've gotten it in my cheeks and my under eye before, but I don't really like the way that looks. Luckily, it dissolves over time, and so that's mostly gone. I still get some filler in my chin because when I was 15, I had a 9-hour surgery. It wasn't cosmetic, it was actually functional. So I had to have that surgery on my jaw, but unfortunately it just kind of moved my face shape around a little bit. And so I get some filler in my chin just to kind of make myself have a chin again. So that's all the below the surface, kind of like difficult, I guess, things that I do to enhance my appearance on a regular basis. The more topical, easy stuff is things that you probably already know, but I'll go into details specifically for me because I know that's what you guys ask about. So the first thing is my makeup. Anytime I am recording on camera like this, where I know it's going to be a little bit more high definition, I always go with my MAC or my Fenty makeup just because Rihanna's line really does a good job at showing up on camera, and MAC is stage makeup, so it does an awesome job. When I'm not going to be filming or it's just like a regular everyday thing, I'm usually in Bare Minerals. That just seems to work best for my skin type, or Fenty because that seems to be good stage and just kind of natural-ish makeup. So I like those two lines a lot for anything that I'm doing. I've been experimenting with some ColourPop like eyeshadows. They're really, really pigmented and nice. Yeah, so that's what I do as far as makeup. I know that's more expensive than like drugstore makeup, but honestly, I've never used drugstore makeup because I have kind of oily skin and it tends to fall off my skin really prematurely. And when I use more expensive makeups, it stays on better, it looks better, it blends better, and it just I don't know, if I'm going to wear makeup, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go full send with it. The other thing that I do on a regular basis is lots of hair stuff. So I've had extensions in the past. I just recently took my extensions out. I'm just going to have them. You'll see them on future videos. Like when my hair is really long, you'll know they're in. They are awesome. I just don't want to do extensions long term. So I'm going to make them clip-ins instead of like they were attached to my head, because they can get really itchy and heavy and they were giving me some headaches. So I decided to switch them from permanent to clip-in extensions, which is really nice because they're real hair, so we can do that. The other thing I do is obviously get my hair colored. It is not usually this red. I want it to be a little bit more red. I don't know, I've just been really into that lately. So if you see me on past videos, I have like kind of more blonde hair. So I'm always experimenting. Some shade of brown red is always in my hair. That's because I just like to have a little bit of like color that pops on camera. I actually have like really tan skin. If I go out in the sun for just like 15 minutes, I'll be super tan. But I keep my skin really pale and pasty because it's always under a ton of SPF. So that's the other thing. The last thing you can probably see on my face and my hair is that I'm always wearing hats. I'm always in SPF. A lot of times when I'm hiking, I wear makeup just because it's like layered SPF. All of my makeup layers have SPF in them. And then every single night I am doing some sort of exfoliation, usually some kind of acid peel. I really like Drunk Elephant's line. And then I'm also putting on some sort of night cream. Right now I'm really into the Fresh night cream. Fresh is the brand. In the past, I've used Estee Lauder, which is like kind of like a more mature brand, but I really like it. I think because my skin is so oily, but I get these like dry patches, it works pretty well for me. Again, really expensive products compared to like something that you could get at Target or, you know, CVS or Walgreens, a drugstore of some sort, but they definitely go a lot further. You don't have to use as much. I find they're a lot more concentrated. Usually when you're buying the drugstore products, it's very watered down and just doesn't work as well because it's not as concentrated. The other thing I do on a regular basis, I get my nails done. So these are about a week old right now, but I always get my nails done, not because I'm some like diva, crazy, like appearances only person, even though you might think differently after this video, but I always get my nails done because I have really bad like picking because of my OCD. So ADHD and OCD go hand in hand. It's very often that you find them being comorbidities is the fancy word for it, but like they go hand in hand. Usually anxiety also tends to go hand in hand with OCD and or ADHD. And so I have that wonderful trifecta of ADHD, anxiety, and OCD. And it means that my poor thumbs are, I'm not going to show you on camera, but like my poor thumbs are always like a mess. Luckily, when I have my nails done, the nail is thick enough that I can't really get at my thumb, so I don't That's all I'm going to say about that. Finally, the last thing I always make sure is on point is my clothing. And I always want my clothing to be something that my audience aspires to wear, something that, you know, maybe they're in a sweatshirt today. Hey, I'm in a sweatshirt most days, but like when I'm about to go on Instagram Live or when I record a YouTube video, I will put something on top, kind of like a mullet outfit, like party on the top, you know, business on the bottom, or just like relaxing on the bottom. So I do that so that you guys always make sure that you see me in some sort of like elevated look. One thing I've been doing that I really love is Rent the Runway. This dress is from Rent the Runway, and I love Rent the Runway because I literally only wear it for my business, either to a conference. Like last week, I was in Florida at a business mastermind and was able to wear some pieces there, or I only wear it on YouTube. So I literally don't even use it for my personal life, which means that this is a business write-off. Normally clothes are not deductible in that way, but because I'm only using it for business, this is something that is a business expense, and I can wear really nice clothes to these functions and on YouTube without dipping into my personal finances to buy a bunch of different clothes. I hope I got through this video without offending too many people. I am completely aware and acknowledge that I'm super privileged to look the way that I do, and that some of the ways that I get ready are probably more conventional or quote unquote easier than people that might be Black or Hispanic or whatever. So I'm totally aware of that. I'm just trying to tell you guys what works for me. I am not saying that the standard of beauty that we have to kind of show up for or what is professional, I'm not saying that's right. I'm just giving you what works for me and what I do, because I know I get a lot of questions about that. So I hope it's been helpful for you to know some of the behind the scenes or some of the tips that you may have learned in this video just from a real person, not like a beauty blogger, not a makeup artist, like nothing like that. I just have to show up on video a decent amount and do so as a a quote unquote normal person. Like I don't have a hair and makeup team. Sometimes for videos, I will hire a hair and makeup artist, but that's for a very different reason. I mean, yes, I look good on video, but like honestly, that helps me to just actually film that day because I'm not about to waste $200 worth of hair and makeup. But what I will say is that most days, right, like 360 out of the 365 days we have every year, I'm showing up as me, like whatever I can put together. And so these are some of the things that I'm doing behind the scenes to show up like that. If this was helpful, please comment below. I would love to know if you like more of a personal touch, learning about me behind the scenes, or if you would like just to stick to the shop content. I'm happy to do either way. If you're sick of me talking about makeup, make sure you click the video on your screen because that is where you can go and learn more about how to set your shop up for success with or without makeup. If you like this video, you like the more personal touch, make sure you are subscribed. I really do read everything that you guys say, and it means so much to me to know that you're watching. I love you guys. I'll see you next week.